Is there sound now? Let me know if there's sound now. All right, perfect. All right. So we're gonna have a little bit of old school, and you're gonna obviously hear my kids in the background and stuff. So I'm sorry about that. But yeah, it's been a while since I did a video. It's been about a month, maybe a little bit over a month. And I have always prided myself on being open and honest with the people who rock with me because I felt that being authentic was the best way to go. And I haven't made a video not because I didn't want to, not because I was unable to, not because um I did it was no real reason why I didn't make a video per se. But this last month, this last month and a half, life has been life in the hell out of me. And I plan on talking some football today, but I want to update you guys on where I've been and why I have not made any videos. And I also want to be honest with you guys when I say I'm using you all right now as a distraction. I need this. And I need y'all to bring some energy with this one. So, to catch you guys up on what has been going on, it's very simple. Um over the last month or so, I was already dealing with a lot. Many of you know that I had lost my brother back in October. Um, I had a really rough year last year. So I was feeling that. And um, they finally caught the guy who did it. And there was a level of relief in knowing that they caught the guy who did it. There was a level of happiness and joy to say that, you know what, they caught him. But if you know anything about the court system, you know that hey, maybe that's not enough, right? Maybe that's not enough. So they told us a court date. I went to the court date, and I was expecting them to just talk, mumble jumble and say, hey, he's got enough to go to trial and stuff like that. And instead, I got a chance to not only see who did it, but to realize that it was a guy that we have known since we were kids. It was a friend that we have known for the longest. And so um it was mind-boggling. It was like, okay. And if that wasn't enough shock to me and my family, they actually showed my brother being murdered. So I got the opportunity to see exactly what happened. Like I got to see exactly what happened. And I thought, man, this is a lot to deal with. You know, this is a lot to deal with. And then my nephew graduates from high school, and he only had a very limited number of tickets, and I was one of the people who he picked to be at his graduation, and so I'm so proud of him. He graduated with honors. He was, great kid. And he asks me, well, he really asked his dad. He says, he asked his dad, hey, can I go to this graduation party? And his dad was like, sure, but how you going to get there? And he asks, my mother, can he use her car? And she said, well, sure, you can use the car. And she allows him to use the car. And he goes to this graduation party. And the party starts to get a little bit out of hand because a lot of people started showing up. And my nephew and his best friend decide, well, that's it. Let's pack it up. It's time to leave. I want you to know that the emotion that I'm showing is because I have nothing left to cry out. Okay. So he graduates. He goes to the party. He decides to leave because the party starts to get out of hand. And per usual, some people decide that it's not a party unless there's some shooting. And shots ring out. And according to what I was told, he begins to run and he falls over. This is from what his friend tells me. He falls over, and his friend believes that he trips. So he goes back to get his friend. And he sees that his friend has blood rushing off of his face. And he lays down. And so my nephew, who's just trying to celebrate graduating, takes a bullet to the head. And I don't talk politics or religion or anything on this channel, but I'm asking for prayers. And I don't care what your religion is. I don't care if you atheist. I just need you to pray. Because even with a bullet in his head, that little boy's still fighting. So I haven't felt like making videos. I've been a support to my family. I've been a support to my brother and his mother and his friends, and I haven't felt like talking. Like I'm just worried about my nephew. And so I get the phone call that he's been shot. And I'm hoping, I'm begging, let it be a graze, let it be a hand, a foot, let it be something simple. Something simple. And for them to say he got shot in the head, I said to myself, what am I supposed to do with that? What am I supposed to say to his mother, his father, his brothers? What am I supposed to tell them? Me, the person with the gift of gab, I had no words. I was broken. I was defeated. And I prayed. I think I prayed more than I ever prayed in my entire life. Because it was his uncle who taught him how to drive a car. It was his uncle that he came to when he decided to have sex and he needed to know how to use a condom. It was his uncle that he came to when he wanted to talk football. And I was broken. It was like watching my own children lay up there. And so I get to the hospital and they don't want to tell us anything. But as some time went by, which felt like forever, I got to see him. And I've never seen so many tubes in one person in my entire life. I've never seen so many machines be off beat. The smell of the room I would never forget. And it was still blood everywhere. There was bandages all on his head. And the doctor told us, you know, you can hope for the best, but prepare for the worst. And in that moment, no, I'm not accepting that. I'm not claiming it. And the next day come, and he wakes up. He wakes up with every tube in him. He wakes up with a gunshot wound to his head. And he looks at his dad. He looks at his mom. He looks at me. You can see joy in his eye. And then the next day, or let me go back. And then later on that afternoon, when we get that good piece of news, we find out that our cousin made a suicide attempt on his own life. He puts a bullet in his head. He survives. And now our family is dealing with that. And then Sunday, the day after that happens, and we get the news about our cousin, and we got the news about my nephew. Both kids, they're just children. My nephew sits up. He moves his hands and his feet. He recognizes his father's voice, his mother's voice, his uncle's voice, his grandmother's voice, his brother's voice. He remembers us. He notices who we are. And we get a little glimpse, a little glimmer of joy again. And then the next day comes, and he has a stroke. After they find more bleeding in his head. So I haven't really been wanting to talk about sports. But today, I got to use you. I got to use you to talk about sports because I need the distraction. Because even with all that's going on in my life, this community has been strong on every level. And it's not just with me, it's with every other person. I don't think that I ever would have got to a point where I would have cried so much that all I can do is hurt the hell out my eyeballs because nothing's coming out. But that little boy's still fighting. My cousin's still fighting. The case for my brother is still ongoing. And I'm still here. So, for the people who wonder where I was at, that's the gist of it. The road to recovery for my cousin, my nephew, is long. The night that my nephew was shot, there were 3 total shootings that day at graduation parties. And at the other 2, those kids didn't make it. My nephew did. My nephew kept fighting. He's still fighting right now. So, don't do religion, but I need prayer. If you're atheist, act like it. That's all I'm asking of you. Just act like you're praying. And so, that's why I've been missing. That's why I have been missing. It wasn't that there wasn't nothing to talk about, but that's why I've been missing. So, I'm finna go ahead and have a little fun because I'm about to let it rant out about the Detroit Lions. I'm about to let it rant out about this media, some of the fans. And I'm going to try to use this as a distraction. Because for almost a month, I have not been able to just relax. I haven't had a good night's sleep, and I don't know how long. I think my blood pressure went up. Never had that problem. And stress levels have been going through the roof. So that's why I've been missing. Don't think it's not because I'm done with YouTube. Don't think it's because I don't want to talk Lions. It's just that when your family needs you, it's everything. It's the most important thing that you can do. To all the people in this chat that can hear the sound of my voice, I love you all, and I appreciate you. I'm finna get into this football thing because I need this. So feel free to disagree with me. Tell me I'm an a-hole. Tell me I've lost my mind. But today, I just want to focus on something other than all that has been happening. And I'm going to need to use you guys to do it. So let's talk football.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Pride Nation, y'all going to have to bear with my acting skills as I try to put on a good face and a good voice because I need the distraction. All right. I got a lot to cover. I got to work my way from the past back up to the present. I know there's a lot of talk about the Detroit Lions alternate helmet. I have thoughts about it. But I got to start this thing off a little bit different. Because I have started to notice a trend that has truly hit every damn nerve in my body. And it was killing me softly. It was killing me softly. I have a simple question that I need you guys to answer. Why is it that every single time a player is cut, released, up for trades, I'm seeing goddamn articles and fans who are saying we should go get this player? Why? Why? The DeAndre Hopkins talk. I watched that so many fans sat there and just oogled and goggled all over DeAndre Hopkins. Like we didn't just add receivers. Like we don't have receivers. Yeah, go get DeAndre Hopkins. Yeah, we're gonna be missing him for 6 games. Why? Why? What is he gonna change? There ain't enough balls to go around for him to be something that we should be hyped about. Why was this even a conversation? This did not have to be a conversation. I love your message, Mr. Watts, because the key part of that is almost. And she came home. And I believe that my nephew will come home. I believe that my cousin will come home. And so to you, sir, I salute you, and I will be praying for you and your family. All right, people. So again, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna have to do this. All right. I just, you know what? Let me do it the right way. Let me do this the right way. I gotta put on my damn music. Yeah. Yeah, I like this right here. I'm gonna get in my bag right now. To all you fans who wanted DeAndre Hopkins, sit the hell down. You wanted DeAndre Hopkins, go sit the hell down. Have a drink. You forget that this team had a number 1 scoring offense and didn't even have a DeAndre Hopkins or a Jameson Williams. You forget this. You forget that this team has added a running back that's supposed to be dynamic. That's what I was told, right? But now you forget it. You forget that this team added Marvin Jones. You forget that it still got Amon-Ra St. Brown. It added a tight end. What is this DeAndre Hopkins talk? And if that wasn't enough insult to injury, now I got to hear people talk about we're the favorite for Chase Young. Says who? Who in the hell said that? Y'all keep letting this media gas you up with this BS if you want to. Cocaine's a hell of a drug. You don't need to be on it to know it. Why would you want him? I'm watching people hype it up, man. We can probably give him a low, maybe like a 5th for him. For what? He ain't played a full season yet. You got multiple guys on your team with the same problem. If you talking about adding people who brings nothing to this team but more injuries, and to the media who keeps writing these articles if they got nothing else better to do, It's dry out here in this swamp. Ask yourself why. Did you not forget? We still got James Houston. Romeo Core, who took a pay cut, still here. They drafted Pascal. You forgot these people? Did they not? I mean, what happened to them? What happened to them? I'm reading article after article of people just becoming available and we the favorite every damn time. Nobody finds that funny? Nobody thinks that's strange? Quentin Williams becomes available. I'm like, hey, they make the trade for him. Cool, right? Lions fan, no, we gotta leave it near. But then receiver comes up and let's get DeAndre Hopkins. Why? Why are we doing this? Why are we doing? We don't need this. This is what blows my mind when people bring this stuff up. Then I gotta watch more news about stuff that ain't got nothing to do with nothing. Everybody wants to talk about, oh, J-Mo, he wasn't even at the Lions facility. And I'm thinking, I know you want to see the guy on the field, but can we just be objective for once? Just for once. I'm not asking for much, just for once. If you got a job and your job pays for a trip to Hawaii and you shoplift and get caught and they tell you, hey, we're firing you, don't be shocked. Just because you're not there does not mean that you're not on company time. He was on company time. He did the time. He did the crime. Let him do the time. It's okay. You still got a coordinator who is creative. But I'll be damned if I get one more message. Hey, bro, look. We can go out and get they just released Mr. Bojangles. I don't care. Hey, what you think about us signing the Joker from Batman the movie? Yeah. I hear you're a crazy mother. You want everybody. You can't have everybody. You can't have everybody. You got the talent that you got. You got the people that you got. And the media has got you gassed up. Got people running around here screaming out scores because there's nothing else to talk about. You know, I heard that Jahmyr Gibbs got he had an 84.6 PFF grade. Go and look at the most successful college players in college history, and then you can find a lot of people who sucked at the NFL level. I don't care about no grades. I'm doing this because I'm tired of the media. I'm tired of the fans who want every person who gets cut. I guarantee if they cut Luke, they can go get Luke. I don't want to hear talks about we ain't had no salary cap. Don't want to hear that. At the fourth most. Google it. I don't want to hear questions about, are we going to regress? That shouldn't be your concern. Your major concern should be what it's always been. It should be what it's always been, which is the defense. The Lions wasn't losing games because they did not have a good offense. They were losing games because they gave up more points. And please spare me the whole last 10 game talk. Please. Please don't do it. I don't understand why we do this to ourselves. But then what happens? We get some good news. Or at least, I think it's good news. The Lions do a teaser for a new helmet. And everybody's trying to figure it out. And they clearly say they're not getting new uniforms, but a new alternate helmet. And here's my view of it. I don't mind it. I mean, I kind of like that it's got the little traditional lion on it, but I felt like they could have did something else with the blue. Nonetheless, I can care less if it's on the damn helmet. You could have literally put the Lion King paw on the helmet. I wouldn't have cared. I'm too focused on, are we going to win games? I'm too concerned about, are we going to win this division? I'm too concerned about, are we going to be able to stop the run? All the things we could be writing about, and we writing about how we can add players who should not be on this team because they too old, or they don't really offer anything new to us, because I don't know how you get the ball to everybody. We're not talking about that. We're talking about all this other nonsense, this stuff that has nothing to do with nothing. The Lions even had the audacity to try to play with all the emotions. And I watched that they did it, and everybody bought it hook, line, and sinker. You don't know what I'm talking about? Let me help you. Oh, Jack Campbell's going to have to earn himself a spot. We're going to put the best players out there, no matter where they were taken. Shut up. That's a lie. Go lie to somebody else. Go tell somebody else that BS. I ain't buying it. I'm not invested in that BS. That BS smells like manure. You took a guy 18th overall, and you gonna tell me he ain't starting? Shout out to my man Sky Guy. What up, though? Get that money, brother. You gonna tell me that the guy that you took 18th overall, he ain't starting? Who believes that? For real? Who really believes that? Not only do I call Bush, I'm throwing flags on the play. He was taken for a reason, 18th overall. They knew exactly what they were doing. They just trying to make it seem like they're not telling the people who was there, aka Malcolm Rodriguez, that we can do better. That's what they're doing. And the idea is, oh, he's going to have to earn his spot. No, he don't. He earned it when you took him 18th overall. You ain't the first coach to use that kind of rhetoric. Oh, you know what? That guy's going to start. He's going, he's going to have to earn his spot. Really? What do he have to do? Show up with the uniform on? He ain't even got to spend no money. It's already done. And then the other part of it is this. Let's say he don't start. We got some questions for some people. Now, in my opinion, we can't have this happen. My man Big T said, hey, if we start 2 linebackers for 1, it's going to be 2. I watch fans go nuts. Well, we can do this. Is what we can do. We can now play a full 4-3. You can just make Campbell the inside guy. You put Emrod at outside where he's naturally at. That's what we do. And then you put Ellis Anzalone on the outside where he's been playing in college. And they've been playing inside for the longest now, y'all. I just want to bring it to y'all attention. He's been playing it for the longest. It's not about to change. He's going to have the green dot for a reason. They're still going to run up with the 4-2. Drawing a goddamn blank right now. It's still going to be running the same defense. Nothing's going to change. But if he don't start, we got a problem. And I, for one, don't think it's an issue. The idea, we're going to start the best players. Well, that's why you took them. Thank you, 4-2-5. Brain is not fully there. Like, it is what it is. Campbell starting next to Anzalone coming out of camp, but he's absolutely got to earn it. How? 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 You took him 18th overall. What is he gonna have? What did he got? He's starting day one. Day one. They was already hyping people up. He did a great job covering the tight end. He got beat a few times, but he'll be better because of it. They're already doing it. He ain't got to earn nothing. He's the starter. The same way Jahmyr Gibbs is going to be a backup to David Montgomery. Montgomery's going to start. Jahmyr Gibbs is going to be the relief hitter. For you fantasy football people, you better get Sam Laporta. He's finna get a lot of passes. Between him and Amon-Ra St. Brown, you fantasy people better get Sam Laporta. Who, by the way, got the most hype I've ever seen of any rookie through rookie and minicamp in a long time. It ain't a single person out there with any damn pads on, and they're making it seem like he's putting in all this work because he caught the ball that was thrown to him. What about when somebody bump him? Shout out to my man Miko. Miko behind the scenes been reaching out to a brother. Appreciate you so much. Hutch as an edge outside linebacker would be pretty cool to see. Okay. This is not a team void of talent. Yeah, I don't want to hear that excuse. You know what else I found funny why I wasn't being able to get on and handle this? I found it funny how the YouTube algorithm is feeding everybody Lion stuff. And people have figured it out. Everybody's making Lion videos now, how brilliant Ben Johnson is. They're not even Lions fans, but they're making the videos. Oh, yeah, I forgot about this one. Somebody just reminded me of this one. There's a video that I made fun of a while back where a guy talked about a particular lineman that we drafted. He was really harsh in his assessment because nothing he talked about had anything to do with football. And I sat there and I'm saying to myself, okay, we in a very good spot for the Lions right now. You got all the hype and the buzz. You got a new helmet that's going to be worn on 2 days, the last game of the season, in October 30th. You got a rookie that everybody is happy about. The quarterback that everybody thought may be out for the long haul is throwing passes now. Your running back tweaked a little ankle, but hey, he looks good, you know. And everybody's making videos about it. In fact, if you had a fix for the Lions, you can literally just stumble upon it. You don't even got to try. But what is my beef? It's how some of us are eating this stuff up no matter what is being said. I saw a video that literally said that the Lions should trade. I want y'all to hear me clear as day. Hear me clear as day. The Lions should trade Jamison Williams in exchange for DeAndre Hopkins and some future draft picks. This is what they said. I saw another video because they're starting to buy into the media hype too. I saw another video that said that the Lions are going to have a stout team because every player on their team has a high PFF grade. And Ghost Gunner, yeah, I know I, for one, don't want to hear the Chase Young talk. He said, my man Nico said, who said this foolishness? I'm telling you, I was literally looking for a Watch Mojo video, and this video came up, and I was like, "What is this? Let me watch it." And they were dead serious. They were serious. They were serious. I saw a video. It's amazing when I see this stuff. I saw a video where they said that the Lions should trade Iffy, Tracy Walker, and Romeo Core to the Kansas City Chiefs. And in exchange, what they would get is a future conditional second round pick. And their reasoning was it would free up cap space. Now, that wasn't my problem. My problem was the number of people who's in the comment section. Yeah, that's a great trade. Says who? Who told you this? What on what planet did you think this is a great idea? I'm just trying to get you to think outside the box. Football is going to be back real soon. And when it comes back, we need to change our viewpoints to say, you know what, this don't make sense. I will say I was very proud of Lions fans, aka and those who cover the Lions like Miko, who went to town on a particular article about J-Mo. I was very proud because it should have been called out. You wanted to make a shock article and get reactions where you achieved it. But then I had a thought. And I said, well, let's take the emotions out of it and keep it objective. Because we all know that Carlos, I was going to say manure, but I'm going to let him have it. We all know that Carlos does this. Before Carlos, it was Drew Sharp, RRP. Right? You write these columns and people just react to them. And I took an objective standpoint from it. If you look at the numbers of Charles Rogers side by side with J-Mo, and you looked at it objectively and said, hey, since we've had them players, they wasn't giving production. Okay. Is a mentor going to fix that? Maybe he will, maybe he won't. If you look at it and say, hey, he need to do something before it gets crazy, okay. But as my man Miko pointed out, they was more concerned with the article talking about the man getting us, getting this, and they wasn't talking about the real issue, the same issue I brought up and got yelled at about, which is them goddamn drops. All them drop passes. But look, he had two passes that went there. They called one back. Okay, cool. How many he dropped though? This is the problem, people. Where was the same energy for Frank Ragnow's toe? Where was the same energy for an offensive line that might be starting off again incomplete? Where's that at? Where's the same energy for a defense that we're still trying to figure out if they can stop the run or a mobile quarterback? Where's the energy at? Where is it? We're talking, if you just do me a favor. If you just go out, just look at a news article, I don't care what it is. Watch how every single time, minus my man Kurt Steele, shout out to him, because he brought it up. He wrote about it. Every article, when talking about how great the Lions are going to be, they all talk about offense. They all talk about offense. We're not concerning ourselves with the right stuff. We're just letting these articles come out and we get excited that it happens. We're not talking about how we can do some things a little bit different to set us up to win. We're not talking about that. We're not talking about how it was set up for us to win. even with a more difficult schedule. We're not talking about that. We're not talking about the more important things. We're talking about all offense. And half those articles written are talking solely about offense, except for my man Kurt Steele. Shout out to the family. Because he brought those concerns up. And if you haven't seen it, go to the Yard Barker and see if you can find it. It's right there. It's not hard to locate. Kurt put the link in there so they can find a damn article. They need to put some love on that article. We're not addressing that. They talk about how improved our secondary was. And I even saw one article try to have the audacity to tell me how much more improved our pass rush has been through minicamp. Who had on pads? I'll wait. By show of hands, anybody see them with pads on? Did I miss something? I don't think I missed anything. My man Greedy, the amazing says, what would you give for Quentin Williams? Not much. I mean, at best, second round pick. Because that could be the missing piece. But you start talking about multiple first round picks, and nah, you can keep them. Keep them. Keep them at that point. I ain't giving up nothing. What about the post? OTAs, Jeff Rising, predictions, looking at league rankings. The defense will outperform the offense. His year offense will finish between 5th and 12th. Where's the concern? 99.99% of the articles and stuff that you read and that they talk about on the media all talk about Ben Johnson and this offense. They made a whole stinker out of Jared Goff not having a connection with J-Mo. It wasn't that he didn't have a connection, it's that J-Mo dropping passes. And then you got Randall L trying to explain it. Oh, yeah, we're not worried about his character. We're going to fix the drops. Yeah. Who the hell cares if you're fast? If anybody ever seen the movie The Replacements, if you've seen the movie Replacements, I'll give you a minute. Give me some kind of emoji. I don't really care what it is. If you ever seen the movie Replacements with Keanu Reeves, give me some type of emoji. I didn't know who's seen the movie. If you ever seen this movie, let me know. Because I got a very good, very, 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 very good comparisons. It's not for the faint of heart, okay? It's not for the faint of heart, okay? This is a movie that came out like in 2000, I want to say. Something like that. I could be wrong. Got Keanu Reeves in it. I know everybody remember him from John Wick, but he actually did other movies. All right. You got a guy in there named Orlando Jones who played a particular player. Let me know if you've seen it. I just want to know. All right, bet. That's what I'm talking about. Tell you what, I come to play. All right, Jack Campbell. I believe you. Let's talk about Cliff Franklin. Let's talk about Cliff Franklin. You remember the scene when he's working at the store and a guy steals something and he hawks him down, and the item that he stole flew in the air and he dropped it? Remember that scene? If J-Mo don't figure out how to hold on to a damn ball, he's going to be Cliff Franklin. And guess what? I'm still not concerned about the drops. Not exactly yet. Not exactly yet. Why? Because if you're going to do it in practice. And the game's another story. See, everybody hated DeAndre Swift ever since he dropped that pass. The same way everybody hated Jared Davis after he gave up a pass to Ezekiel Elliott on a perfect pass. My point I'm trying to make is nobody gives a shit if you're fast and you can't catch as a receiver. You can be as fast as you want to be, but if you can't catch the ball, who in the hell cares? It's like being a quarterback who can't throw. I'm just trying to put a little perspective on it. on what the media is trying to do. They're trying to get you to not look at the big picture. Keep the gas up. Go out and bet. Spend your hard-earned money with Vegas and all these sports betting apps. This is how it all works. They get you all gassed up. They get you to get your money into it. And then guess what? Just make it make sense. I want us to put our focus back on what the real problems are. And that's the defense. It's our linebacker room up to par. I saw a video on Lions Nation Unite where Mike was talking about the weakest unit, and he still believes it's linebacker. It is. It's not even close. It is. And instead of getting articles on if there's truly improvement at the linebacker room, and instead of getting articles on if there's truly improvement in the interior D-line, instead of getting articles on who is the damn dark horse that people are going to worry about, we get told about the offense and how great Jared Goff is going to be. We get told about how great Gibbs is going to be, and how great Laporta is going to be. And J-Mo shouldn't be. He should free J-Mo. That's what we talking about. And they want to distract us because guess what? That's the easy thing to do. They're watching the training camp come around. Watch how that energy swiftly switches over. I just don't want you to get caught up in it. Even the alternate helmet is a distraction. It ain't like they wearing that thing for, but it's 2 games, October 30th and whatever week 18 is. I'm drawing a blank. Jack Campbell says, let me get that. Where is it? Oh, right here. Barnes ain't beating me out. They took you 18th overall, Jack Campbell. No, you're playing. I think Barnes is safe. He's safe. Miko disagrees. Okay. He says that the defensive line, the D tackles in particular, is by far the worst unit in the defense. I like Aleem McNeil. I like Pascal as a 3-tech in that interior part. I like Kominski. Covington, I don't think he makes a team. I don't. And if he do, he's only there for a game, then he's going to get cut as soon as somebody breathes. Right? Bugs, Bonito, he ain't making a team. The linebacker room is still weak. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm asking a serious question. If Jack Campbell don't pan out, Anzalone go down, who's your starting inside linebackers? Go ahead, I'll wait. Shoot. You gonna tell me, oh, Nimrod and Burns? That's strong for you. That's good for you. You already know we got injuries coming. The question is who? Just saying. Hey, Dan, go handle your business, brother. I appreciate you for being here. I love the new logo switch, too. What's going on, Crimson Shadow? You know, David Montgomery in the building now. Shout out to him. I need this energy, people. I appreciate you. Pascal and Commish will rotate in, but they're not mainstreams at D tackle. Okay. But I watched a number of games where they kept trying to feed or force a square peg into a triangle hole with Aiden Hutchinson in that similar style. So I think we can get through it. I think. You know, I think we still got to talk about some things, and I did something I've been waiting to see too, but I haven't seen. There's concerns for the offense, and it's not for reasons that you may think. I haven't seen one article really discuss are we going to have a drop-off in the rushing attack without Jamal Williams and DeAndre Swift? Everything just peachy on the offensive side of the ball. It's all peachy. My man Kurt says link to the article is in the chat. I must have missed it. Let me make sure I go back. Did I miss it? If I missed it, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Charlie Murphy. Things got out of hand. I must have missed it. Let's see what we got going on here. We just want to join the league and play NBA football, out or score the other team and forget about defense. I guess so. I guess they wanted to just forget about it. Emmanuel Mosley, sleeper pick up. Man, stop. Stop. Steve-O says, how come all I'm hearing is what's wrong with the team instead of what's going right? What's up with that, Luke? You're not hearing that. What I'm getting to is the objective part of it. If you look at what all the articles have been doing, they have been pushing this same narrative, all the good, right? There's no bad side of it, but anything that's objective gives you both sides of the coin. It's not just one side, it's both sides. You got people like Adam Rankins taking his favorite team, the Bears, and giving them 12 wins. And the mainstream media ain't really pushing it because, ain't nobody going to bet on that. They're going to bet on the Lions. And I'm not talking about what's necessarily wrong. I'm talking about where our focus should be. I already expect the offense to be good. I don't even hear about why it's good. Tell me where the real improvements are on defense. And spare me the secondary talk trash. Because when they run the balls down our throat, by the time secondary get involved, that's a problem. I'm only asking the questions about did we do enough to address the issues that need to be addressed. That's it. Will Levi get cut this year? Nope. I think they're going to leave him on the roster even if it means he gets good health care. It won't be the first organization to do it. The Steelers did the same thing to Ryan Shazier. And with the fact that they are now able to have that emergency quarterback, yeah, I don't see that. I don't know. I'll be shocked that they cut him. I'm not trying to knock what they do. I'm talking about let's be realistic. I feel that he's going to show some things this year. I think Pascal's going to be a huge jump and make a huge leap. And that's exactly what it is. It is an NBA style of offense. Outscore your opponent. It's not sustainable. It's just not. We getting a little too ahead of ourselves. That's all. Look, is it okay? We got the biggest D tackle in the draft, so therefore that's another thing I hated. I hated that whole conversation. Every freaking time I hear a person talk about, hey, potential-wise, the ceiling-wise, man, stop it. Nobody knew who in the hell that D tackle was until he was on the team. Just like nobody knew really who in the hell the problem was until he was on the team. Not a single Lions fan gonna tell me that I was screaming with you again. No, you wasn't. No, you wasn't. We can only hope for the best. And I'm not saying this to be negative. I'm saying it to say let's be more objective. Because what I've seen us do is not only are we mixing the Kool-Aid, we snorting it dry. And you're supposed to cut Kool-Aid with water. You ain't even cutting the product. You ain't even cutting the product. I'm trying to get things together. I'm going to save a lot of my stuff because I want to make more videos. I want to do some things a little bit different. I just needed a short distraction for a moment. just for a moment. You got any questions? Shoot them. Your thoughts on Hooker? I believe that he would be more than ready by week 1 of the season as a backup quarterback. That's what I believe. I believe that Hendon Hooker is going to make it real hard on the Lions to decide if they're going to give a contract to Jared Goff. Jared Goff is going to have to deliver something amazing for them to be like, yeah, we can go a different direction. That fan man says, please rank these 4 players with your projection of their impactfulness. Iffy, D. Burns, Julian, and Will Harris. I'm going to cut the beat for this one. I'm going to cut the beat for this one. Woo! Okay. Here's how I will rank them in terms of impactfulness. If you're talking about the most impactful one is going to be Derek Barnes, because not only is he going to play special teams, he's going to be the guy who comes in on relief. He's going to be the guy that they're going to use on certain packages when it's like a running down. So he's going to have the most. The next person I'm going to put on there based on the amount of snaps I believe that they're going to get is going to be Will Harris. Yeah, I said it. Don't really care that he's still here, but I think Will Harris is going to get a lot of snaps, so he's going to have the next level of impactfulness. At the Will Harris, I believe it's going to be Julian Okoye, because he'll be a relief guy if he don't get cut. But I'm pretty sure he's on the bubble. James Houston made it real hard for a brother. Sorry, not sorry. And then last but certainly not least is Iffy. I think it goes in that order. Shout out to the people who caught my reference. He said we also traded up for that unknown D tackle too. Hey, snorting the Kool-Aid, yeah. They snorting it, not even cut. Miko said I drink my Kool-Aid in moderation. Hey, if you don't do it the right way, overuse can cause a problem. I know it's crazy, all the hype. I don't mind the hype. I want it to be objective. Smoking the Kool-Aid. I'm just saying. Ain't even cutting it. Ain't putting no water in it or nothing. The beat is fire. Appreciate it. I usually had a name in it, but it is what it is. Hey, I got a few blanks. All right, look, people. I'm doing a short video today. My plan is to go visit my family and my nephew, and give him my energies, and then hopefully do another video tomorrow, because I need the distraction, people. I have literally gotten to a point where I think I just need I just need it. I need it. It says Gibbs replacement for Swift, Montgomery for Williams. It is not better, Luke. How not? I'm not saying it's not better. What I'm saying is you should still have concern about it, because one thing that people don't realize is when you work with a running back as a lineman, you do learn how they like to do things. And so when you do your blocking assignments and stuff, you're doing your blocking assignments, but you're also aware, like, okay, cool, this is how they do things. It's a reason why sometimes you can see like certain players blocking for certain mobile quarterbacks, and they already know he's going to scramble, so they know what they need to do to leave a lane for him to scramble. So that's what I'm saying. We're assuming that, hey, Montgomery's going to come in and be better, and this person's going to be better than Swift. It all can be true. I'm hoping it's true. I don't think it's not true. But could there be some type of concern in terms of us having a rushing attack with the switches like that? Yeah. Yeah. 100%. Let me see. Make sure I hit on a few of these, and I'm gonna get up out of here. I'm gonna spend some time with the family, man. Back to the linebacker issue. There is that guy Pittman. He's on it. You called for that one. Do you think mostly cornerback will be ready day one, or will it take time to play? I don't think he's gonna be ready day one. He can prove me wrong, but I don't know. I don't know. We did take a lot of hybrid players for a lot of reasons. I don't know. My spirit tell me he won't be ready for day one. Or if he is, they're going to use him in a limited capacity. Thanks, Mac 1991, Mac Stack. Let me see. Thanks, Vastar. One, let me sure I don't miss nobody. Luke G Strong, Lions fan. Hey, appreciate you, John. Rumble. Go Lions says bold statement. Will Harris will make 7 good plays for the Lions. That is a damn bold statement. He's 7. That'd be a good bet. Over and under that he makes 7 good, memorable plays for the Lions. All right. It says 7 good plays for the Lions and get and win the Super Bowl in 2023. Facts, taking all bets. Much love. Appreciate it. Miko says, let me know when you want to guess, Luke. I'm here for you, brother, and praying constantly. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I really do. This is unreal. It definitely is unreal to the point where sometimes I wake up and I'm hoping that I just dreamed it. I'm hoping that it did not happen. And then I get phone calls where we get one little small step for progress and then something else. So I'm still hopeful. I'm still prayed up. I'm still faithful. And I have no doubt that he's going to heal up and come home. I believe that he's come too far to not close the deal. And so I just need a little bit more help from the people. That's all. Just a little bit more. There's a lot going on with everybody. I know that some of you asking you to do this could be a task and you got things for yourselves going on. But you know, we need to lean on each other. And although I got much going on, we can do it together. That's how I feel. You know me, everybody. I cannot end a show unless I do it on a positive note. I usually do something like quote, but today's a little bit different. It's a little bit somber. We take time for granted. We treat time like it's toilet paper. Like we could just wipe our asses with it and flush it down the toilet. And time is not forgiven. Time doesn't care about what you did or did not do. Time doesn't care about how you're feeling. Time simply tells you this. Use it wisely while you have it. Cherish the time that you get. And find ways to make more time. You will never be able to conquer it. You will never be able to beat it. But you can certainly ride the wave. So my positive quote for the day is simple. Stop putting off the things that you think that you're going to have time to do tomorrow. Those people that you are angry with and that you are all upset with, maybe it's time to repair that. That dream you had of starting your own business, it's time. And the people that mean the most to you, the people that matter the most, understand that every second that you get with them, that every minute that you get with them, that all the time that they give you, put it in perspective. Count the seconds that you laugh with them, that you cried with them, that you fought with them, that you was angry with them. Count every second. And what you're going to find is that no matter what you do, you'll never be able to come up with an exact number that you can put the feeling of happiness, joy, and love to. And that's all that really matters. My nephew is strong. My cousin is strong. My family is strong. And as we grow and push ourselves to be stronger through these troubling times, it's going to come a day when I'm going to come on here and I'm going to give you a different story. A story of triumph, a story of resilience. And I will hope that I am the example that someone needs to know that even when it gets hard, all you have to do is keep your faith, put one foot before the other, and just get up and go. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, I hope to be back soon. If I'm not, you know where I'm at. And if I'm back soon, I need that same energy. Come in, tell me I'm an a-hole. Tell me I'm on my mind. Tell me I'm not. I've lost it. I won't take it personal. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, hit that like, subscribe, notification bell, and as always, don't be no chump. Please do your research. I'm out.